Hi, welcome to Great Walks with me. Today we are in downtown Waco at the Brazos River. Now there is so much to see here. This place is next to the Cameron Park, which we will be exploring in the future. But here we've got in memoriam, this Rotan driveway is dedicated to the memory of James L. McCall and his wife Eliza Ann Storm McCall and other men and women who as early settlers in Waco Village made possible the present city of Waco. If you would see the monument, look about you. So this here is, we've got our Riverwalk, and you go up that way, it goes toward the park, and it's going to be down this way that I'm going to be taking you. Now, it's a little hard to read that, but I'm going to read it for you. The Rotan Drive, running along the west bank of the Brazos River, Rotan Drive developed in 1914 as a major new access to William Cameron Park. Beautification of land fronting prominent waterways was a major emphasis of the city beautiful movement. The creation of William Cameron Park in 1910 led to plans for a scenic roadway to link the park to Waco's downtown business and residential districts. A series of low water dams along the Brazos were also planned for navigation and a public waterfront. The new road, also known as Riverside Drive, was planned as a grand boulevard. In 1913, W.R. Orman donated to the city of Waco a 590-foot strip of land bordering the Washington Street Bridge. KSM Rotan then spent a year acquiring additional land and donating it to the city. Rotan inspired other prominent women to raise money and lobby for the cause. After the donations, the city of Waco condemned 3 remaining lots to create a connected property from Washington Street to William Cameron Park. Road construction began in April 1914, and citizens began to take full advantage by driving and walking along the completed sections. After almost a year of construction, a dedication ceremony, including a red brick gateway, placed the new road under direct supervision of the park board. Within a few years, Rotan Drive extended into the park to Lover's Leap. The roadway received widespread acclaim in travel articles and journals, newspapers, and the WPA Federal Guide Texas, a guide to the Lone Star State, 1940. This busy street, now designated as part of North University Parks Drive, is an important and historical thoroughfare and still serves as a main route and entry point to the park and its recreational amenities. 175 years of Texas independence. Yep. So let's move on. A beautiful area here I'm going to be showing you. It's a very beautiful place here. Let's see. Okay. Planted April 26, 2002 by Keep Waco Beautiful. This young tree right here. That's going to be beautiful when it's full grown. The Liberty Tree Project, sponsored by Clean McLennan County. Tree donated by Spiegelville Nursery. The same nursery that donated some of the stuff there at the Carleen Bright Arboretum. Let's get us a little view here. Over there we've got a duck, a very young duck. It's a very beautiful river, the Brazos. As you can see, it's very busy down here along the riverway. Further out that way is the Baylor University. My father-in-law works there. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. It is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Once again, we've got another memorial to our veterans in honor of the men and women of the armed forces of the United States of America who served in the Vietnam War, and in remembrance of those who remain missing. These are the people from Waco and McLennan County who died in the Vietnam. But we shall be remembered, we few, we happy few, reband of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. To remember is to honor. Got a lot of beautiful trees here. Okay, it's a little dark here, so I'm going to read it for you. The sacrifices of those we honor make this hallowed ground. Let us strive to reunite and heal. Yeah, to those who still alive, that's related to the veterans and the MIAs and POWs. Those that actually died in the combat. Let's say it's pretty hard, especially when things are spoken in contrast of what happened. These have been broken off, apparently the trees, possibly. Once again, a little bit too dark. The Vietnam War brought destruction and turmoil. That it did. This would have to be number one now, wouldn't it? Another little bit too dark. Before the Vietnam War, we were whole. So, you put those all in order, 1, 2, and 3, speaks volumes. Here we've got our flag there. Now this here is a very big memorial. Grateful appreciation of those who have made this memorial possible. Waco Citizens for Vietnam Veterans Memorial Incorporated Board of Directors. So it just lists the different people who were involved in putting this together. We are going to go down and under the highway so that we can get to the part that I am very anxious to show you. Which this right here was just one of it, but there's more. Let's go down, shall we? Yep, we had an uproot. Never good when we get that. Never good when we get that. Now down here we have got some beautiful ducks. They hang around this down here. The water's shallow and it's easy picking for food and nesting. Here we've got a gorgeous big male. I mean, this big boy right here. Look how gorgeous he is. Look at him. He's handsome. Now, I don't see the usual ducks that we've got down here, so it's a pity because that would have been a treat. Somebody lost their ball. Okay, we have gone underneath the freeway, and shortly here we're going to be going back up. The ducks have gone out over there. People has a habit of throwing bread and taco shells and stuff over onto that pillow right there. It used to belong to a train trestle that they removed. So here we're going to get to see another beautiful duck. Look at this gorgeous guy.
The yellow one, that's a spin cast, but I got
As you can tell, it makes a great fishing place. People's always fishing here. I'm moving a little faster. I know. Wouldn't be any different than if I edited it fast. But instead, we're going real time. We'll slow it back down when we get up here. Right now, if I would actually take time to edit this, we'd be going 2 times faster. I can't quite walk that fast up a ramp. Not quite. Hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. I certainly don't mean that. Now here, I don't think you can see it. Got a beautiful silver squirrel. There's a lot of squirrels here in Waco. A lot. Here, we've got a memorial for our men in arms who protects our county, our police. I am so thankful to our officers who puts themselves in harm's way for our sake. People think that they're just here to make trouble for us, and they don't understand. Without them, it'd be even worse. It would be so much worse. People just don't understand. And then I hear people say all the time, oh no, there's a police. Well, if you're not breaking the law, well, you got to worry, right? I'm very thankful for our men. With some of these dates are owed. I never got a chance to pray. Lord, forgive me for my haste. I felt I had not a minute to waste. I never got a chance to pray before my life was taken away. So forgive me, Lord, of all my sins, and please make my death easy on my family and friends. Don't let them hate those who did me harm. I knew the job before I took it on. I pray my flag will dry their tears. The badge I wore erase their fears. The faith you give to hold them strong and give them courage to carry on. Don't let my death be in vain. I would do my job again just the same. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. And gather my composure. Now here was a sign of the Riverwalk with a list of what consists on it, which direction you'll find it, how many miles in whichever direction you're going. And as you can see, like, we've got boating, statues, the bridge that I'm about to take you on. We've got recreation with hiking. Here is the band at the university, Baylor University. And we've also got a little bit of history and culture that goes on. This place is loaded with all kinds of things. In the near future, it's probably going to take me about a month to complete this park, because there's so much more than what I'm showing you today. Jacob de Cordova, born to a Jewish family in Spanish Town, Jamaica, British West Indies. Jacob de Cordova immigrated to Philadelphia about 1830. After a brief return to Jamaica, where he founded a newspaper, he became engaged in trade between New Orleans and Texas. He and his brother Phineas opened a shop in Galveston in 1837. Then Jacob moved to Houston to establish a highly successful land agency. When Galveston's John S. Sydnor acquired a large tract of land here on the Brazos River's west bank in 1847, de Cordova was retained to survey and sell the property. He in turn hired George Bernard Erath to conduct the survey. By 1848, de Cordova obtained control of the tract and journeyed here with Erath to lay out the town of Waco. About 1849, de Cordova also was retained to sell a vast tract near here on the east bank of the Brazos. De Cordova donated several lots to the new town, including this Waco Springs site, the Common Square, and sites for numerous schools and churches. He died while formulating a scheme to industrialize the Brazos River Valley and was buried at Kimball in Bosque County, which is about 45 miles away. In 1935, de Cordova's remains were moved to the State Cemetery in Austin. Got a mess of blackbirds. I want you to look at these big brutes right here. How would you like to run into a big boy like this? Now, surprisingly, like, the cattle is more life-size like, but wait till I show you what they put in driving these. Now, we must certainly know that this gentleman here and his horse is not that big in reality. But the steer is pretty close to size. Not too much I could say, right? This area right here, with all these longhorn steer being driven, is fantastic. I love looking at these statues. That one's trying to run and catch up. We're at the end of the cattle drive. Don't know if y'all caught that, but I guess it was a happy birthday to one of the steersmen. We'll walk out over here and I'll give you a really good look of the river in this direction. If I remember right, this entire area is over 300 acres or so. The park, the Riverwalk, the entire area. And I could absolutely be wrong. I wouldn't never say that I'm correct about that. I'd read something about that, but might be thinking of another landmass. There's so much history here in Waco and Woodway, it could get confusing. Now here's another great view. I mean, as you can see, it is a large river. I have no idea how many miles it is. I'm sorry I don't have that fact for you. I guess I could easily look it up and find it. I may do that in the future, write it in descriptions. On the whole part, my videos gives what information I've got and what I can read off the signs. But mostly, they are to show you these beautiful trails and paths that we can walk. The attractions that you can go to if you ever visit. And in the future, as time allows, when my husband's not got a long work schedule or something, I tend on extending my videos further out in Texas and possibly in other states. But for the time being, there's so much to show here in this general area. I'll just give them to you as I can. And what I do know, I'll definitely share. Now here they do provide restroom. I've never been inside of them, so I don't know. More than likely it is stall. We've got our men and our women. We've got a nice little picnic area here. Now, I'm going to show you this as we get started onto this lovely bridge. Well, back when this bridge was made, well, right here we read about it. The Waco Suspension Bridge. In 1866, the Waco Bridge Company was granted a 25-year charter to build a toll bridge here. The charter guaranteed that no other bridge or ferry could be built within 5 miles. Construction began in 1868 and, after much financial difficulty, was finished in 1870. Bridge traffic included wagons, pedestrians, and cattle herds. Special rates were given to heavy users. From 1875 to 1889, the public agitated for a free bridge, but the company retained its monopoly. Then, in 1889, the bridge was sold to McLennan County which gave it to the city of Waco, has a free bridge. So just think, these buildings here was where they would collect the toll. And they would drive these cattle across this. And you could tell this is kind of a Spanish type make, but it is so beautiful. Look at that. It reads the Waco Suspension Bridge. And it gives the year that it was made. Let's go across. Now, absolutely imagine driving cattle across this. Look at this. A lot of this is original board, which I'd say they've had to replace quite a bit even in the past. Now, over here is where I was talking about people has this custom of throwing their leftovers onto that. But it's all in a good cause. It's for the birds. I have ridden a bicycle across this too. I love walking this bridge. Here, they've had to replace. I mean, you can tell. Look at the size of these. Hold this bridge together. Pretty large cables. Trying to block some of the wind. I don't know how well I'm doing. It's not too bad. Waco is windy at least 75% of the time. Here they've had to replace some more. So they're definitely keeping up with the bridge. They're not letting it fall apart. It is certainly a landmark. that the majority of Wacos, especially the original people here, are so very proud of. I reckon here as well, possibly they picked up toll anybody going this way. And it is apparent that you could actually go in because they've got it chained and padlocked. So the interior is a mystery. I would love to go in myself, and I saw one on the other end that wasn't locked, it looked, but I don't want to try to get in because I'm afraid I might be trespassing. But I am curious about the inside. Well, that sign there reads the same thing as the other side did. Well, look at this. Isn't that just so beautiful? And here, they've got a monument with an idea of what it may have looked like back in the day. So, we're going to finish this up down here with something extra special that I'm wanting to show you before I wave off. And it is very meaningful. Also, you'll get a better view of the Brazos when I'm about to show you. Going down again. Now first we're going to go up this platform, and then I'm going to finish off with something very special. Well, it's special to me anyway. Others may not agree, but that's up to everyone else in their own opinion, right? Up again. We're just up and down today. Can't make up our mind, can we? Not today. And we're going up. Hope nobody's afraid of heights. And if you are, I'm sorry. But here we have it. I don't know what's up with all the padlocks. And we got names and all. Yeah, maybe it's got to do with the proclaim that we will not jump to the death. Right? Right. But all the way down that way. And all the way up that way. And even further. Very big. Now this used to actually be part of the train trestle. They moved the train system over. It's now further out that way, a few more bridges down, and there's a train trestle over that way. They moved the tracks over. Now we're going back down. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. My Fitbit arch shows a pretty good stairs climb today. I'm wearing it. Okay, this is what we're finishing it off with. This, my dear friends, is Martin Luther King, the minister who spoke about freedom. And it isn't just about the blacks who had freedom, but human beings as a whole. And I believe what he said. If we don't get our freedom here while we're on this earth, we will when we finally go home to be with Jesus Christ. A whole lot of times he's not credited very much, but he had a good word, a very, very good word. We've got freedom through Christ Jesus, people. Let us praise him. So, in finishing of this video, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope that you enjoyed, and until next time.